All right, welcome everyone. We're going to proceed without the audio, but we have it recorded, so we'll be able to take the minutes with it. We call to order the agenda work session, September 26, 2019. This is to set the tentative agenda for the October 10th council meeting. Roll call, Ms. Claus.
Mayor Williams.
Here.
Vice Mayor Hilton. Here. Councilmember Cagle.
Here.
Councilmember Chauncey.
Here.
Councilmember Witt. Here. City Manager Dorsey.
Here.
City Attorney Litchford.
Here. Under old business, item A, ordinance number 1116, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, to amend ordinance number 899, which amended ordinance number 481 entitled the East Ridge Zoning Ordinance, Article 5, Schedule of District Regulations C4, Planned Commerce Center District, to amend the maximum height limitation. This will be second final reading if it is passed in the regular session tonight.
That's correct. Mayor and Council, back in 2011, City Council made an amendment to Ordinance 481, which is the East Ridge zoning ordinance for C1 and C2 districts. The amendment changed the language. This amendment would change the language for C4, which is Planned Commerce Center District, to make the regulations consistent with the other commercial districts. The amendment is to Section 1408, maximum height of a structure. No building shall exceed 72 feet in height, with a parapet not to exceed 48 inches above the roof deck, excluding pitched roofs.
Thank you, Mr. Custer. Council, do you have any questions at this time? I see none. Item B, under old business, would be ordinance number 1117, an ordinance to change the time of the council meetings. This would be second and final reading as well if it is passed first reading tonight.
Excuse me. As you all know, we've been discussing this the last couple meetings. We want to streamline the meetings a little bit as well, so that we will be moving the regular meeting up to 6 o'clock. And at the end of the regular meeting, we'll be discussing what will be on the agenda for the meeting in 2 weeks, which seems to make more sense to do it in that order for that exact reason. So.
Exactly. It's like we're talking about the second reading before we even get to the first reading and discussion. Council, do you have any questions at this time for this item?
I have some, but I'm going to wait to the regular meeting.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Move on to new business. Item A, an unnumbered resolution, a resolution to rescind resolution 2145 regarding agenda work sessions.
This basically deals with the fact that once you have done the ordinance to change the time of the council meetings, we have talked about putting the actual, what we're going to do at the next meeting, the agendas, the work session as part of the actual meeting in the future. So it will be like the very last item that will be on the agenda. I'll pass out something before the next meeting so you have a sample of what that will look like. But the reason that will be on the next meeting is you obviously have to pass the ordinance dealing with the time change in order to be able to do the other one. It's like chicken and the egg. You got to do it at the correct time.
Right, and this is to rescind, again, like we mentioned, the resolution that set up the agenda session prior to the regular session.
Correct.
Council, do you have any questions for this item at this time? See none. Item B, an unnumbered resolution, bid opening for police cars.
This is basically, as we talked about before, we're having to rebid the police cars due to a procedural error where the bids were not advertised in the paper. So these bids come back in on October 1st. And so we'll be ready to award the bid at the next council meeting.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, council?
In the bid, did they emphasize they wanted leather seats in the front and back? Because I understand that Chris, well, one vehicle threw out because it didn't had cloth seats in the back.
Vinyl, not leather, but
Yeah.
vinyl, yes.
That's correct.
So it was,
It's the same bid went out, the same bid proposal went out as it went out the first time.
so it did request the vinyl in the back seat like the front seat.
Yes.
They just failed to put that in their bid, correct?
No, the bid that
bid they submitted.
that we didn't accept the first time had cloth seats, and
Right.
there was one that had cloth seats in the back. And that's why we had rejected that bid initially, but this is doing it all over again. But the same solicitation for bid went out. This time, it was just advertised in the paper.
In other words, we went the second best bid, which became the best and lowest bid because it met all of our specifications, which included vinyls.
I just want to be sure that it was advertised for vinyl seats front and back.
Yes, just like last, yes.
Any other questions? Item C, an unnumbered resolution, bid opening for street department materials.
Yes, Mayor and Council, back in August, we did receive bids on multiple items for the annual street department material bids. 2 items we were unable to recommend. One was because we received no bid, and one was because it was ineligible. And those are concrete, block and brick, sand and mortar mix, and various types of drainage pipes. So we have 2 more items left to receive bids on, and that'll be on October 1st as well, so we'll be able to present to
October
it.
1st. Thank you, sir. Any questions, council?
Yeah, Kenny, what, last year or the year before that we still didn't get a bid on those 2 items because we've been through that once before.
Yeah, I believe you're right. This time we actually did receive bids, but the problem was they sent them electronically instead of being sealed. So it just didn't meet the criteria. So we've reached back out to everybody that bid, make sure that they sent the information in correctly. So hopefully we should have the bids to open this time.
Sometimes when you, as you know, when you solicit these sort of bids, you have to do more than just advertise in the paper. You have to send out emails to the companies that have bid before, and sometimes you even have to remind them a day or 2 before the bids are due. Hey, don't forget, you need to submit those to us, because they'll forget, and they'll say, well, can you take it now? And you're like, no, once the deadline's hit, the deadline's hit. So sometimes you just have to be vigilant and make sure you get the bids in.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll take care of it this time.
Anything else, council? That's all that I have on the agenda for the work session. Do we have any other discussion items anyone would like to bring up? All right, I'll ask on this, start on this side. Do you have anything?
No, I'll bring it up at the meeting.
Councilmember Johnson? Vice Mayor Hinton? Councilmember Cagle? I have nothing either, so we'll adjourn this agenda work session and we'll reconvene in about 15 minutes with our regular session. Thank you.